Okay, folks, so we are in week 5. We're going to try to write a few methods here, convert some of the program we wrote in week 4 into methods. So let me close this here. As we have done in the past, we are going to start. I've created it already. A new program, a new project called method. So now what I'm going to do is create a Java class, new Java class, and of course we're going to get the public static in there, and we're going to call it let's see, method, method example, right? And notice that this is going to take us a little bit of time because we're going to learn a few things here. So hopefully this is what we have. So the first thing I'm going to do, remember this is about the program where you actually assign a letter grade and so on. So let me start this with importing the scanner. Remember, we need to import the scanner, right? I don't know if you remember this, but we have to have the scanner for this, otherwise we cannot read anything. So let's go ahead and import let's see, java.util, right? Remember that util dot scanner, S capital, right? If I remember correctly here. Okay, so it's not used, which is okay, right? We're not using the scanner yet. And then what else did we need to import? I think that's it. So before I do anything, let's see, what else do we need to, I'm trying to think of anything else we need to import, but it doesn't look like we need to import anything else. Now, remember, what we need to do here, we need to read from the screen, from the console, a few pieces of data, a name, scores, and so on. So let's define a scanner, right? Scanner S, right, to be equal to new, right? We call the instance of the scanner, right? And system dot in, right? That's we're calling an instance of the object, the scanner object. So close this here. Okay, that should take care of that. Now, what we need to do, we need to give the instructions to the user, system.out.println, right? Enter your name, right? And we're going to close this here. And we're going to now read that, right? So we're going to bring a string name equal to, right? So the instance is S, so S dot next, right? And that's a string, right? So this is going to read the name, right? We can also read the 3 scores. So let's come back and say system. Let me copy this here. So it makes things a little bit simpler. Not a lot of typing, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to say enter 3 scores, right? And so we're going to call this another instance here, but this time it's going to be a value, right? We can make things simple. We can call it score1. I'm going to make this as simple as we can for now. Equal to s dot next int, right? Int, right? So we close that. Score2, score1 is not defined actually, right? So we need to define score1. Let's go ahead up here and define score1, int. I mean, we can do float. I'll let you do that. Expand this a little bit. I'm going to int score2. I'll let you change those to int score 3. Give you some things to do here. So now I'm going to read the rest. Score1, score2 equal to s dot next int. Again, I'm using int. You will need to use float, right, to make things a little simple here because of just because of time constraint here, where we don't want this to be way too long. So score3 equal to s dot next, right? I'm sorry, int, right? And this, okay? So let's start running it so we don't run into any issues later. So the more we run now, the less issues we're going to run into later. System dot out dot print line, right? So we have a name. So name, let's just name, and then plus score1 plus score. You don't have to do this. I'm doing this just to make sure that everything is working. So we run it. Let's see what we get here. Okay, name, Tom. Okay, score 1, right? 70, 89, 89, and 89. So we should say Tom 89, 89, 89. So far so good. Let's go ahead and compute the average, right? So let's say float. This time we're going to call it a double. Let's say a double because we're going to add 3 integers, A, B, E, or A, G, E, right? So we're going to compute the average here. So the average, right? Remember here we're going to compute the average equal to score 1 plus score 2 plus, misspelling, score 2 plus score 3. Okay, let's see. Divide this by 3, right? Okay, and divide by 3, and there you are. Okay, so now let's come here and print it out. Plus, we'll put some space here. Plus average. So just to make sure things are printing okay, right? All our values are being computed properly. So let's do this here. What do we have? Let's say Tom. Let's say 90, 85, and 80. So is that right? 85, right? 90 plus 85 plus 80. The average here will give you an 85. So that should, so far so good, right? Now, what we need to do is go ahead and assign the grade. We have run into 10 minutes, so let's go ahead. So why don't I do this? I'm going to go ahead and write this one as a method, right? Remember, we're writing this as a method. So we're going to create a method here, a very simple method that's going to take in a value, a double, that average. So let me come up here. So come back. Let's see. Don't want to do. Okay. So I'm going to public class. So we're going to call it here, right? So we're going to call it public, right? So public, you can use it anywhere. Static, right? And void, static. Well, char, we're going to return a value. We'll return a char. Assign grade. Okay, and what is it going to take? It's going to take double, which is a number, right? Some number. So it's going to take that number and compute the grade. So we're going to give it a number. Okay, let's see. What did I do wrong here? Assign grade. Okay, so it has not returned anything, so we're okay with that. So here we're going to have, let's define grade here to be a character. Okay, so now I know it's giving us an error, but we should be able to fix that error. So here we're going to do if that number that we get is greater than or equal to 90, right? Greater than or equal to 90, and that number is less than, maybe less, misspelling here, number is less than or equal to 100, right? We need another set of parentheses here. Okay, parentheses. Then what happened? Then that grade should be an A, right? Grade should be an A. So grade is equal to A. So it's a character, single A. Okay? And we're going to end this with a semicolon. Oh, wrong place. Right? So then we're going to do else. I'm getting close to 15 minutes here. So let me just copy this right here. Well, I'm going to use this again. Copy this. Okay. Right here. Paste it here. If. I missed the if here. So this time it's greater than 80, right? And less than, maybe strictly less than 90, right? We're going to do less than 90, right? Then grade is B. Okay. Else. Okay. Else, do the same thing here. If. I mean, there are other ways to do this. I'm just doing it one way. 70, let's say less than 80. We can't have a duplicate here. We're going to do less. If you have a duplicate range, then the last one is the one that's going to work. So this time grade is C, right? Oh, single quote. Okay. Else. Right? Hope I'm not making a mess here. So if, right? This time it's greater than 60, right, and less than, strictly less than 70, right, 70, I type 70, where is it at? Okay, a little slow, right, then grade is D, right, stick a D in here, the lab is a little slow here, okay, finally came back, else grade is F, right, come on, else grade is equal to single quote F. This is a character. So, okay, so now that we have done this, we have to return grade, right? It's a method, so we have to return something. We're going to return grade. It's slow responding. Return by itself, grade. Okay, semicolon. Okay, let's see. Yep. So I thought the return was underlined, so there was an issue here. But so let's come back here. Now we're going to call the function. We're going to say assign, right? Assign grade. Okay. Anytime now. And using the average. Okay. So, okay, that the tilt is gone. So let's run it. Okay, run. Okay, it is 16 minutes. So let's see, error exists. Using method, proceed. We have an error here. So let me stop it here, and then we'll come back and fix it as we continue. I think I see where the mistake is here. Let's see if I can fix this quickly, and we can run it again here. Let's run it one more time before we stop it, because I don't want it to be too long, and then it's hard to load it. Still, we're going to cancel. Let's see, where is the, oh, here it is. Assign grade, another parentheses here. Okay, last time, before we stop. So run. Okay. Okay, so this time it ran. So we're going to say Tom. Okay. 3 grades. So if we do a 90, 90, 90, we should get an A. 90, 90, 90. Oh, it is A. Okay. So let's run it one more time. Okay. This time we're going to say Jim. We're going to run 80, 80, 80 and see if we get a B. So we know the function is working. Oh, 80, 80. It'll give me an error because I didn't. Oh, it does. So AB. So the assigned grade is working. Okay, let me end it here and I'll come right back.